Dregs One. Welcome to another episode of the History of the Bay podcast. Behind the lens, we got King Said. On the boards, we got DEO. Shout out to all of our sponsors rocking with us. Got to give a big shout out to HP Farms because, you know, they're in the building tonight, man. We got a few special guests, man. This is big. You know, this is some of the most cats we had on at once, and these brothers are important, man. And, you know, we covering all aspects of the history of the Bay, man, from the skateboarding to the graffiti to the rapping to the DJing and even this culture and this business of cannabis, man, because it's Northern California, it's the West Coast. You know where it comes from. And these brothers right here have been showing how it's done, how to make a successful brand, how to market a successful product, multiple products. We're going to talk about all that today. And these bros been making a big name for themselves, and they ain't stopping. And I'm here with the majority, not all, but the majority of the founders of Runtz, man. So welcome, y'all.
Man, appreciate y'all for having us.
Appreciate y'all, man.
For real.
For sure. So yeah, as we mentioned, you know, HP Farms is the fans, a big friend of the podcast. Before we really get into this conversation, let's just go around, man. Maybe for those who don't know, introduce yourselves and where you're from.
First and foremost, it's the kid, Young LB. Originally from Long Beach, moved out to the Bay Area about 03, 04. Locked in with Ski met Ski probably like 09 or something like that, but we really locked in after Jack's funeral. So that was like 13, I believe, 14. You know?
10 years, 10-year anniversary this year.
So we've been like, you know, we've been rocking for real. But it's the kid, Young LB, 1/3 owner, founder of Runtz, 100% owner of Jokes Up, brand ambassador of Abeni Hibachi, brand ambassador for Grab a Leafs when it kicked off, and just an ambassador, just some real shit, you know, just really bringing all the ill individuals together, you know. I'm a product of Jack, long live the Jack, you already know how we mobbing, and yeah, I think we just got the platform from seeing, like, you know, Jack and the Mac Dre's and the E40s and the Too Shorts and everything before us, and Berner, shout out to Berner and Cookies, and, you know, it just built the platform with us type shit, you know, when me and Ski locked in, me, Ski, Nero, Rozay, Ray, like, everybody just brought they 2 cents to the table, you know? But before we even get deeper in the story, I just wanted to at least represent that. Yes, Young LB, Runtz, Jokes Up. We got my brother.
Ski Mask from the city. Owner of Cream Team, HP Farms, Runtz, the whole conglomerate.
My name Rozay Runtz. I'm from San Francisco, born and raised. Been pushing this shit since 2017. Shit, we in this shit forever, man. Innovators.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. We in here with the owners, man. And this is gonna be an interesting convo, bro. LB, you mentioned you come from Long Beach, but you just shouted out a lot of Bay Area game.
Yeah.
Joeski. We met recently, but we know a lot of the same people.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, when you talk about the weed game, bro, I want to start at the beginning to where it is now, because at the beginning, it was a lot different, man.
For sure.
And I feel like if you from the Bay, if you from Frisco especially, you done sold a little bit of weed at one point in your life, man.
5 sack days.
5 sacks, bro. 10 sacks, 2 for 15. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Cash came out with Dubs for 10 and changed the whole game, bust down a whole zip. Yeah, you feel me?
I had the 3 for Dub in the city.
Come on, man.
They had the 3 for Dub in the city.
It's so crazy to see where it is now coming from those days. So for all y'all, like, what are your earliest memories of cannabis culture and the weed game going back to those times?
What y'all want to tap on it first? Cause I got some, you know. Like, I remember just even being like, my cousins and all them coming into the living room and coming with bricks of weed, you know, like. I'm thinking this is bricks of coke. They all squared up and all this, wrapped up. And when you tear it open, it was just sticks and seeds. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? But it was literally, I'm saying even to say that, because I'm even watching like Narcos, like the Mexican Narcos and how they even started. Like Ski was the first one to even up me on the female-male plan as far as like, the Mexicans was the first one to create, like, to capture that.
The Sensimilia.
The Sensimilia, for real, bro. So he was the one that put me up on that, and then I just started learning more of that. But just that's, like I said, me and Ski met 2009, but 2014 where we really became, like, real, like, bud bros. You feel me? We was with each other every day, smoking weed, sipping syrup. But to go back 10 years before that type shit, like, to 04, it was like LA was getting like the kushes and all that. Like we wasn't having no flavor at all. There was no, like the gelatos didn't hit to LA and none of that. So when I came to the Bay in 03, 04, that's when I started learning about the flavor for weed. Like they had different type of weed. Get purple, Granddaddy Purple. GDP was at a time where they was going crazy. So I would come from LA, come to the Bay, and grab some tree out here and go back to the hood and be like, yo, cuz, I got this purple weed. They're like, what? Bruh, we don't want none of that. We want kush. Where the OG kush at? Where the cypher? I know Berner got some kushes up there. Like, no, bro, they smoking Granddaddy Purple. And it was that right there. It was just the transition, like, what the fuck? Because I'm coming from, like, when you in LA, it wasn't, like, name brands. It was, like, Kush, Doty, Doja. Like, it's like, that was just like the main names, and then you had the certain strains that was like the Green Cracks, the Blue Dreams, and shit like that, but it wasn't like the Train Wrecks, but it wasn't like, when you coming out here, it's in the Bay, it was like they was playing with it, like they was out here really being chemists on just trying to
Nah, it used to be like that too though, back in the day, like in the Bay.
Grab the mic.
It used to be like that, like before niggas even knew strain names. Niggas just used to be calling weed like Dank and Bomb and shit like that when niggas was young. Niggas wasn't no strain.
Yeah.
Only strain I ever knew back then was like, that's still the same name, it's Sour.
Sour.
That was like the only strain out here.
Or if
I mean, just weed that had an actual name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the fast forward to like first urban times, I seen the name was like Champagne. That was the first weed ever that had a name that I know, like Nade and Champagne and shit.
Nade,
that's what was the weed.
I ain't gonna lie, when I heard about Nade when I came to the Bay, they was telling me, bruh, that thing laced. I'm like, how? What? That mean we still have it to this day. If it was laced. But no, hell no. It was Nade was coming from Canada. I remember Jack was telling me that's what it was. It was a Canadian strain, and they was calling it the Nade. Him and Selski. You know what I'm saying? They was the first two as far as pioneers, like having just genetics and all different type of shit. Berner too, for sure. But at the time, if you was really around Jack at that time, at the mini mansion,
all the weed niggas was
all the weed dudes was coming to Brody crib. You feel me? Like for real, like you couldn't go through the area in the Bay Area where you weren't going through the mini mansion and trying all the illest flavors. And Jack, who was like our, that was our big bro. So it was like everybody else, to even Berner, no disrespect, everybody else was just more like, like they was just the people, growers or whatever. They was just the people with it. But as far as like
Cookie Monster.
But shout out, man, long live Cookie Monster. I swear to God, like him, he was coming, and then Powers. They was like, you know what I'm saying, for sure.
Zittles for sure. I remember he.
You know what I'm saying? Even to Zitto, shout out to him. But that's what I'm saying. Like Berner, Jacka was coming with all these flavorful ass weed, Skittles. All this shit, bro. And literally you was getting it at the mini mansion. You couldn't go nowhere else to get the Skittles, the Smart, everything that was first, bro was the first one to have it. The champagne. I forgot about the champagne. Like even shout out to Champelli.
I think that's probably accurate that Champagne was the first like designer strain.
For sure.
Yeah, and what you're saying about like the sour diesel, there's certain like nationwide strains like the Jacks.
Yes.
The Jack Herrera.
For sure.
Northern Lights.
Train wrecks. Those is like a global status as far as name strains.
Yeah, those are
still to this day a strain.
Right.
It's just not the top tier.
The first flavor that Cass was looking for that I remember in Frisco was cat piss.
Exactly. Ooh,
cat piss, bro.
But cat piss and champagne was the same thing. It was just an interchangeable name.
Right.
Two different things.
That's like Runtz and
I was a
lemon
little
cherry
whoop out there doing,
gelato. That's like Runtz and lemon cherry gelato.
Yeah, like it actually smelled like cat piss, bro. Come on.
Sure.
That was it.
So that's interesting, because
I would say glue was the next one after that.
Yeah.
Not Gorilla Glue, this new shit, just glue.
Yes.
That was the next one with the name that I remember.
And so, I mean, would you agree with this, that kind of comes from like the close proximity to Humboldt and Mendocino and some of these growers, and even probably going back to the hippie movement, right? All the people that was coming out here to be part of the cannabis culture that was, like you said, kind of pioneering the genetics, right? We kind of got the trickle down,
right,
from all of those people that was out here.
But then even like what you're saying, all those strains from like Champagne, all them. That was all sativas. You know, it wasn't too many indicas that was really dominant that was hitting the scene until like the OG Kush was the indica, you know? So once the OG Kush started hitting the scene, they were like, dudes were scared of the OG Kush because it was so strong. It was so powerful.
Right.
And then that was like, the back end of that was like the Granddaddy Purple in the Bay Area. Right. Because when you even come to the Bay, I swear people was not only a certain few, like for sure Jack was smoking the Kushes, but everything else, nobody else was like, you could never just run anywhere and be thinking you was gonna get it like you were getting more of like whatever it was coming at that time, gelatos, cookies and all that. That
shit wasn't even made.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it was some, like, but that for sure was at that time for sure. Yeah. Like,
after the
I remember Kush one. I remember it was Perp from like probably 99 all the way to like
Columbus
2003. 2003. I remember OG hitting like
Granddaddy Perp. What's God's Gift?
God's Gift.
Purple,
like that.
It was hella different.
That was the best weed ever.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Perp. It was hella Perp.
Probably after that era came like the cherry pie.
Cookie and the gelato after
cherry pie, that's like 09.
Cherry pie was good.
Later, right?
Yeah, that was fire.
That was the prequel to Cookies, Cherry Pie. Yeah, that was the first baby that was their first.
And I feel like from there it just exploded. STEM Social. Throughout my day, I'm handling business. I start my day with a workout, post some content, write some emails, bust some plays, make some music, make some art, and then I record podcasts at night. How do I have all this energy? STEM Social's 5 Mushroom Complex. This is a healthy, all-natural, all-organic vitamin supplement that can increase your immune support, cognitive enhancement, and overall vitality. It's powered by 5 different mushrooms that have been used in traditional medicine for centuries, like turkey tail, reishi, cordyceps, chaga, and lion's mane mushrooms. If you're interested in trying STEM Social's 5 Mushroom Complex, check out stemsocial.io or go to the links in the description. But just to keep the time going back, it's a trip being from the Bay. Like, I've been in Japan, right? And smoking weed out there can like literally send you to prison. Not jail, like prison. But out here, I grew up seeing cats smoke blunts in front of the cops and just broad daylight, all that. What are your thoughts like from then to now, like the legalization of weed? And the difference between the legal economy and the underground economy from back then?
It's crazy because it's like, I just came back from Paris earlier this year.
Right.
I went to jail in Paris over weed. I got stopped with 218 grams. They took 58,000 in cash in American money from me in Paris, where it's illegal at. I don't know how I'm here. You feel me? Like, I swear to God, so even just to go through those situations and just count my blessings, because Brittany Griner got stopped with 1 gram.
Yeah.
And they got hit with 20. I got stopped with 1/2 P in fucking Paris, and they literally was going through a 3-day tour. It's like, I had to really, at first I'm like, nah, you know, like it's cool, because even to that, it was CBD.
Right.
You feel me? Like, in their eyes, whatever, it be a CBD. So, you couldn't prove, you ain't got the machines and everything, especially because you're not up to date. Like, you're not in Amsterdam, you're not California. Like, we are the mecca of cannabis culture. So we have the machines to check if it's CBD, THCA, and it takes a certain amount of time. So when I was in Paris with it, when they stopped me and all this and trying to throw me with all different type of things, it was like, yo, it's either you gonna give up this cash and we give you your passport and you get up out of here, or you could keep all this and we taking your passport. I'm like, what? You gave me an option? I'm gone. Keep the weed, bro. Keep the cash. I'm gone.
Hell yeah.
But just saying that to say, as far as the law, just like you said, like, I'm from California,
Right.
where you get stopped with X amount depending on what type of officer or what jurisdiction you in, you might get a slap on the wrist and just, bro, get on.
Just get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But you might get stopped in certain parts of California where they're not playing with you.
Right,
Hell no.
right.
We finna example your ass. So, it's just certain places throughout the world that even with me, because I just count my blessings. Like, I feel like me, Ski, and just even with us with Runtz was like set to a tone where we had to like open up that mind frame to people to learn about the culture, learn about the cannabis, because it's not, y'all, everybody, the world thinks the illegal part of it, but they don't see the medical part of it here. They don't see, even to us, like, we created a whole wave of entrepreneurs from just us creating this Runtz campaign, this Jokes Up, this HP Farm. Like, motherfuckers became graphic designers, cameramen, became fashion stylists. Like, they got their own clothing brand. They never had a website, got a website. So I feel like that even when me and Ski was like, to Neros and everybody, us, just the whole movement of what we had at that era, like from 16, 17, 18, was like, it was an open field because Berner was the last one as far as being somebody that was able to turn what we call drug dealing into legal trapping, Like, he showed us that you could literally turn this flower and make it to where it's like, no, this is not, you could pay taxes off this. You could start a brand. You could do this. So me and Ski running around as the Cookie Boyz, we like, man, we cool out there. We where the bread at. We just want all the exclusive biscottis. We want all the gelato 41s. We want the lemon cherry.
Yeah, we just
give us
flavors.
the first access to this so we could, because you couldn't buy no weed from Berner.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we damn near capitalized on the whole play. Me, Ray, Berner. You feel me? Me, Ray, Ski, Nero was like, you couldn't get to Berner. So for us, we just wanted the best weed from Berner, from the whole Cookie
Just to
fam.
enjoy for
From
ourselves.
anybody that was growing the dope, from Powers, everybody, we want the best from y'all, bro. And we was able to like see how bro was doing it, but we did it on like a street guerrilla marketing type shit. Like, it wasn't like it was corporate. Like, we took it and ran with it like we was a record label. We made merchandise. We went 30 to 50 deep to every event, every city and state, and we just flooded it as far as even, we knew everybody knew somebody in the state. I didn't know nobody. I'm Tongan. I ain't got no cousins in Detroit.
No, for real.
For real though. I ain't got no cousins in Indiana. I ain't got no cousins in New York. Ski knew everybody across the world. So I'm driving. And Ski like, oh, I got peoples over here in Akron. I'm like, oh yeah, well, we there. We driving to Akron. We met everywhere across the world. Went to Detroit, went to Chicago. Like, we ain't had no family members. I ain't had none. He had a few people of family and a few people he knew just throughout the whole history of just even from being trapping, from working. He's from the Bay Area. So he had relationships in Texas, Detroit, New York, and Miami. 4 spots that I drove us to, literally. Like, we out, Ski, fuck it. We on Anonymous tour. Shout out to Anonymous, Ray Bomber for putting us on the road with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that really just gave us the spark. Like, man, fuck sitting over here in the Bay. Everybody here got weed. Everybody here selling weed. We out.
So I want to, not to cut you off, but I want to kind of dial in on what you were saying about Joeski in those days. So, like, when did you realize that this was a pathway for you to take? Like, before Berner, before the branding and all that, how did you build these relationships that you're talking about? And what, because I want to paint the difference between now and back then.
All the relationships?
Yeah, just that whole movement.
Your whole hustle. Before me and you locked in,
okay, yeah.
What was your whole get down on even? Because he had
I've been doing music since hella long, since I was a kid, for real. So I've always been in the music shit. And that's how I first was moving around all these places, like meeting people and collabing, doing music with niggas. And I just kept the relationships in all these places, you know what I mean? Then, like, even with the merch, like I've been doing merch since high school, like printing something up and selling it. I've been doing that since high school, literally. So I just kept using everything and rolling it over to the next thing. Like, so when I started doing music, I knew rappers had merch, so I just started doing the merch too. Like, then even like when when you doing music, you might drop something, then some time pass, you don't got nothing out. So just to stay in people's face, I'll always keep selling something. Like, once somebody buying one thing from you, they buy anything from you. You just gotta keep some shit for sale. So I just kept doing the music, kept doing the merch. And, like you said, being from Frisco, we always been a part of weed, like, since middle school. So just incorporated all three of them. Like, weed go hand in hand with music, fashion go hand in hand with both of them. You know what I mean? It's like, it's all one culture, like. But I just kept it going, basically. I didn't stop. I just kept doing it, building a contact list and staying in touch with people.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because, I told you before, I remember seeing the what you was doing with Bread Me Out, fam.
Right.
Seeing that around the city.
For sure.
Like I said, we got mutual friends. It's crazy. Like, the music and the weed gang really do go hand in hand. And it's also like that entrepreneur spirit of
Right.
just buy for low, sell for high. You know what I'm saying? And just keep flipping. And once you flip this, re-up and get something else. And that is crazy because y'all have like taken that same hustle and built that into a legitimate,
Right.
empire. You can say.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And gave away the blueprint.
Right. So here's another memory lane thing when we're talking about legalization. I remember before the dispensary, it was the cannabis club.
Right.
Remember when they was calling it that?
I still call it that. I swear to God, I still call it that.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta go to the cannabis club.
Exactly.
All right, bet.
And the cannabis club was basically a storefront with jars in the shelf, and
Right.
it was like getting served.
Right.
Or, some street shit, but just basically, here's your weed in the Ziploc, put it in a plastic bag, but the money goes in the cash register.
Right. Back then, they used to have them in the pill bottles.
Yeah, the prescription, like it was real medical. Exactly. How did that era of when it first got legalized medically, how did that change things that y'all recall?
It was like it was a win and a lose, depending on what it was. But when it went legal in like 2006, I was fresh. I'm still fresh out of high school, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like the business aspect as far as like selling hella pounds at that time wasn't even a fetch, It was more like, shit, I feel like I need to do this music shit. It was merch, I was printing up. So as far as like the dispensary looks and all this, I never even thought about like getting into the dispensary or anything. It was just more of some trap shit,
Mm-hmm.
But then when I started, my first thing looking at it was like being around, when me and Ray got together. Me and Ray, because Ray been locked in. Like Ray's a stepbrother to Berner. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like the advantage that we had as far as Runtz, because he knew he was there from the beginning of Cookies. He was there since Berner's beginning history, his whole music career, everything. Ray been there since the jump. So him being there from the jump, like he already had somewhat game just being around Berner. Business, whatever it was, hustling, and then everybody was going to him for the week. They couldn't get to Berner. You know what I'm saying? So like that's his little story that me and him, talking as far as the years, and like Ray just like opened up the eyes as far as the business part of it for us. It was like, oh, we got this, I got Young LB, tour, all this, like jump on with Anonymous. And so for me and like Ski, it was like me and Ski was buddies. I'm like, bro, we about to go on this road. You trying to rock? He's like, shit, I'm out. Fuck it. I can't drive, you feel me? But I'm rocking with you. I'll be your nigga pilot all the way through where we going. So from that, we went from here to Portland, Seattle, and then we doubled back down and just like, all right, we could do this for real. And the next round, we took Nero with us on the road. So, like...
Hold on, that first one, no, it wasn't just no Portland and Seattle. That shit was like 60 cities, bro. That shit was the whole map.
No, we did the whole tour for sure, with just me and Ski, for sure. And then it was with the little Rads.
Yeah.
The little Rads, high roller in there. We took them. They was opening acts on the road. But that opened up our mind frame as far as the business aspect, like, oh shit, like we see something, you know? So he already been hustling, Ray been hustling. You know, we was just all entrepreneurship, but when we then shout out to Germ, Team Keep It Lit. Cause like that house that Germ had in the East Bay, before we went to the Runtz mansion, that house that Germ had on the East Bay was the mecca of us coming together every fucking day. The Lit Shack. That's what I'm saying. You know, I still got it tatted to this shit to this day. It's Team Keep It Lit. Shout out to Germ. You know, the whole squad. Like, everybody out there in Hayward was like, you know, those are key pieces to the success as far as us doing it. Because even with that, we threw our first Runtz pop-up in Hayward. It was me, Team Keep It Lit, me, Germ, all this. We threw the first Runtz pop-up. The shit sold out. Literally, we had 10 pounds. Like, we didn't need no dispensary. We literally had this shit right there on the industrial. We sold this bitch out of jars. We was like, we all looked at each other like, what the?
That shit was lit.
That shit was. We talking about the first, like, cause they had secret sessions in the Bay, you know, like. Right. But when we did it right then, it was just like,
we can do this.
Yeah, we could do this, bro. Like, we could really do this. And then we started doing another one, and then it started picking up, and then that's when like, man, we just gonna take this shit on the road, bro. Like Jokes Up, you know? So even before Jokes Up, before Runtz, it was Cookie Boyz. That's what we was pushing. It was Team Keep It Lit, Cookie Boyz. Right. Ski was pushing the whole, like, Frisco cart and everything. Excuse me. But that right there motivated all of us. You know, we was all entrepreneurs hustling. We like, man, we trying to figure it out. But we didn't even think it was gonna get to this level.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Hell no, bro. That wasn't even a thought. We was just trying.
We just was trying to have. We was just doing music, had our merch, and was just trying to have our own, have a strain. Right. We didn't think it was, you know.
Nah, hell no, never. You know, there's not one story
like how we would burn when we gotta have one.
We gotta have one.
Right. We gotta be.
We didn't have nothing. Ray was thinking about it the whole time. Ski was talking about it the whole time, but we ain't had nothing.
For sure.
You know?
Right.
Like,
used to do used to be pushing the clothes everywhere and shit. He'd let us go to the warehouse, get whatever we want. Yeah. Pushing that shit, clothes everywhere.
Yeah, we was in uniform every day.
Like, that's
that was big for us. That
that's what I'm saying. Like, Cookies, Brand, Berner, the whole staff, literally everybody. Because we is Cookie Boyz. You know, the whole issue, not issue, but the whole situations they had before was Cookie Fam. It was always Cookies, Cookie Fam. Me and Ski and the street team, all of us, we came through, and Jack was always telling us, you know, like, man, like, you know, in the Bay, the word boy means dope. So it was like, man, he a boy. So I would always remember Jack saying this. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, we would always be everywhere. Like, his whole lingo of us, the conversations we had would just always trickle over. So then even to that, me and Ski was like, man, I remember them times. I remember being with him. He always say certain things like, young bull. Like, man, that's a boy. Like, you know? So we just like, man, we the Cookie Boyz. We the dope out this shit. Like, y'all could be the Cookie Fam. We gonna be the Cookie Boyz. That's what we was, and that's what it created that, you know?
I think that's something interesting because I seen it kind of play out too, that what Berner did was basically figure out how to be the front man for the strain. So like what we was talking about with Champagne, how Champelli was marketing that, growing that, developing that, getting it to people like Mac Dre and Snoop and all these other people. Berner was able to link with the right people. Because I remember when I first met him,
Pelly did all the prequel stuff Berner was doing, but nobody never knew his face.
And he also
Berner did, like you said, was step in front.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that was another thing too, just even to that, why even people didn't understand it too, was because, just like you said, there was nobody on earth using social media. Instagram came out in 2012.
No, Berner was on MySpace as the Kush Man. Yeah. He started as the Kush Man. That's how I know this evolution, because I was seeing it happen when he started with Kush. Then he had Cherry Pie.
If you know, you know. To keep it real.
Yeah, come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. But just like how you said, like, even Ski just saying it was a perfect example. Champelli was doing all the things that Berner was doing after to a public level on publicizing it.
Yeah, it's true.
You know? Pelly was doing it and was with these connections and never seen the face. You never knew what Champagne looked like.
Well, he was also doing it on the music side as a producer and the record label and all that.
Too, right? But that's what I'm saying, even utilizing that part, because we couldn't go around telling people like, oh, we Runtz, we sell weed.
Right,
Fuck no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we took what Berner did, like, oh shit, he put cookies. But Cookies is it's a weed brand, but it's the brand.
Well, that's what I mean by being
You know
the
what I'm
front man, being more like being the face of the strain.
Yeah, so
and using the music and everything to market the product.
So he taught us as far as we took those little bits and pieces of just being around somebody that was successfully pushing a brand, a product. We like, what the fuck? But it just, we was around it so much, we didn't think to be like, oh, we need to have a strain, because we was like, man, we Cookie Boyz, we got this. Like, well, we go warehouse, get clothes. Only thing that we didn't get was a check.
Yeah, we didn't. All we needed was the platform.
We just used
We
the
turned it into a check.
You know what I'm saying? We turned that into a check. So it's not, and then we didn't go to Berner and be like, Burn, bro, give us a little check of the cookies, bro. Like, no.
All we need is
he
the
already
access.
built the platform. We could go get I had every cookie backpack, every cookie drawers, everything. So everywhere I went, even to a point, right? Because even Berner was giving away them cookie chains. I went and bought one. He didn't even give me one. I bought one and went around thugging with that, like, yeah, I'm a cookie boy. And it was a rap after that. Like, Ray was like, yeah, you Cookie Boys, come on, yeah, what? Yeah, Cookie Boys. Swear to God, I went and bought me a chain, then he gave me the little one. You feel me? But the big one, I went and bought that bitch. I'm like, I'm cookies, bruh. I don't care what. This how I know I'm about to sell this. You feel me? For the, yeah, that's how it went. Because we wasn't trying to tell the world that, oh, come buy weed from me. No, I got the, you don't see the Runtz chain? You don't see the cookie chain?
I mean, it's a trip because I think people are still trying to catch up to that. That y'all, what y'all did of using what you knew from music and merch to market the product. Like, people are still, you can use all those same skills and techniques to slang trees.
Yeah.
Especially in this market where it's all legit.
Because there's other products that people are still slanging, they just not publicizing it to the same level.
Right.
They still, you know, the cartels are still selling coke.
Sure.
There's still people selling heroin and fentanyl. You just don't know who is who. We was able to get away from all that because we didn't want.
And on a positive note too, like the weed culture. This is again that hippie shit.
Yeah.
This is spreading positive. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not.
It's a conversation starter. I mean, you can talk to anybody when you got some weed.
Right.
It get you in any room. Almost any room.
So it's not like, I mean, there's way worse shit you could be selling. I think that's the point that you're making.
We made it cool though, for real.
That's what it was.
We made it cool.
Like Berner, like you said, Berner was the forefront.
Right. So you mean like making it cool in terms of like not being some shadowy, dark type of thing that you do.
Like being public with your brand and showing people as far as what it was. Like, we don't sell weed. We sell the brand. We just happen to have a strain that's connected to our brand.
That's smart, man.
We don't sell weed. We sell merchandise. We sell packaging. We sell vapes, legalized products that we understood that we can go get legal products from the state and sell it back to the people. We a fool.
It's a trip because y'all are way ahead of the curve, because now you got a culture of people who are like looking at the weed like they look at food, right? Like, where is it grown? What's the percentage of the THC? And now you can like basically market it as a safe, dependable product, like anything else that's regulated, like anything else.
This shit ain't finna get you sick.
Right.
Some weed do. Some people, you know, like they spray their weed. There's a lot of people that just still don't got good weed too, though.
Or it's like GMO type of weed.
Right. GMO, it's cool because even to that, like, because we weren't knowing about none of that growing up. We was all just smoking this shit anyway. So for them to just hit us with these GMOs and certain things, it's just those to sound like professional or sound legit or legal. Other than that, we don't give a flying fuck. We want the best weed. Who's growing the best weed? We don't want to be hit with some extra products. We don't want to get sprayed. Like, you know, like,
and we do this shit because we love this shit. Like, we take pride in this shit.
We're gonna go find the growers that really grow the weed. Like, Powers is one of the best growers that got best weed. Like,
the best.
You know what I mean? Like, before bro passed, Serious Strains, like, they just had the best grown
Rest in peace,
weed,
my boy Drew, man. The animal cookies.
Like,
yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they just got the good weed. Like, now, if you take their strain and give it to another grower, you ain't gonna like the animal cookies. Right. Because he didn't grow it the way bro did. So you not gonna, just like how people just say certain things they don't like. It's not. You could dislike Runtz, if I give you the real Runtz and you didn't like it. But if you got it from somebody else that said they got it from somebody that said they got it from L or Ski, you can't give me a real opinion on it because
it might not was the real thing.
wasn't the real deal, and you don't got mine from it. So that's even with us being so much as far as like the quality control of it. Like we QC this shit, bro. I'm giving you weed because I want you to taste the best weed that's ever grown in life.
Exactly.
I think
that's
that's
Jacka gave me the detail. You feel me?
That's
like,
part of the branding strategy too, though, because if you're trying to really push this line with the brand, you can't afford to have. Like, I can't afford to put out a weak podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me? I can't afford to drop a whack song. I can't afford to have my shit mixed and the audio's all fucked up and the camera's falling down and shit. I gotta have superior product if I'm putting this shit out.
It's your name on the line.
Exactly.
It's your name. Your name is all you got.
Yep. So I wanted to get into this too. Like, so we're going through the whole history of weed, ladies and gentlemen. Now that recreational is legalized and there's like hella regulations and there's corporate money coming into this culture, like what are some of the good side and the bad side to that change?
the good side is you don't have to just make money off the flower.
You could get rich in the weed industry without selling weed at all.
Okay, break that down.
You don't have to.
That was a jewel right there.
You ain't gotta just be depending on the flower. Like they got other SKUs in this culture, cannabis culture, where you can be able to make a buck off of by sourcing certain good products.
So about accessories.
Yeah.
What else? Paper.
Packaging,
edibles,
papers, wraps, vapes,
edibles, grinders,
rolling trays.
Wow.
Like,
everything that go with it.
You have to,
The packaging.
before you have a packaging, this getting made in China. They're not selling you bud in China. You getting hung in China. So it's all about your packaging at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody try to always tell like, yo, what's the best advice that you can give somebody? And my thing is be more packaging.
Gotta use your creativity.
You know, like you just said, even from the transition, right? When we went from just having, like I said at the beginning, it was bricks of weed, then it went to turkey bags. Now you can't even buy it without even being packaged right.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level of creativity.
And that's the way we
This is
started.
crazy. This is crazy right here.
You know, they in the corporate office at like Glad and Ziploc, all them bad companies that used to be getting.
Hey,
I know they've seen a hit in the decline of people buying sandwich bags.
Right.
Yeah, you could thank us for that.
Wow. Yeah, shout out to my guy, Sticker Farmer, too.
Ben. Shout out to Ben, man.
man. You know what I mean? So that's when it comes back down to that, that's one of the founders as far as being that Runtz is who it is. We got that bro for packaging. We got that the cultivator for the bud. You know, like we always sourced it from somebody to where it was like, and we kept sourcing it from the same people to where it's like, all right, we building this up. And like, yo, Sticker Farmer, hey, I got 10 people that want to do the same shit.
Right.
All the traffic is going to you.
Yeah.
Now Sticker Farmer has 7 facilities.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but that was just even with us because we kept bringing it back home.
Right.
We didn't want to spread. We didn't want to take it to China every time. That was his lane.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like anything else with tobacco, anything else with fashion, all this. Like we would dibble and dabble, but if it was anybody else to play those departments and like be the best at it, all right, we're gonna let you be the tobacco man then. We ain't gotta play all hats. We all tried it growing up, but it's a fail. You wasn't gonna be the best at all the hats you trying.
What about like the regulations and all? Is there any drawbacks to that side of the game now? Like the fact that the government is all like heavily involved. And
Hell yeah.
Quality is down.
Yeah, the
quality is down.
So that's the difference as far as like when the dispensaries,
and the market
right?
is saturated. Like you used to go to the, like when you were saying like when people used to call it the cannabis club. I mean before the dispensary shit. Like you used to go to the club because they actually had.
Sorry.
They actually had better weed than the street. Like, you used to go to the club as a treat. Like, ooh, I'm gonna go get some good shit from the club today.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, now the street got some better shit than the club.
Right.
The clubs is phony.
Trying to take over.
Every single club
Make
phony.
it watered down because they see the money in it, so they just like trying to, get in it. They don't even know about the business like that. They probably don't even smoke weed. They just want the money. So it's like, that's where it got watered down at.
Yeah, I think I see that
Assembly
a lot.
line weed.
It's a lot of like celebrities or companies that think they can attach their name to a product, or
Right.
you got the big investment groups coming together to just throw hella money at a grow operation or something like that. And I think they're taking a loss because, like you said, people that consume this product know the difference between someone who's actually from the culture.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking pride in it, or they just trying to get some money out of it.
Right.
Say it again, bro.
So they either taking pride in it, or they try to just get some money out of it.
Right.
It's the difference.
Yes, I feel like people like y'all would you be doing this shit regardless.
We weed
Just
enthusiasts. We
passionate.
love this shit.
Yeah, like we really, bro, I swear, like I said, when we was at Germ House in Hayward, we would just come up with all the weed from different people, growers, then we'll be practicing on who could grow the best ounce blunt, half-ounce blunt, like, half a pound. Like, we was just being some real hippies, but we was just from the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't in the mountains, growing it like this. We had to literally go hustle a few dollars to go get these weed and come back and just test it out ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we just love weed, bro. I don't know what it be in California with us as far as what it. Like, we disrespect weed.
Yeah.
Like, we
Take it for
really-
granted,
yeah,
huh?
We take it for granted because it's like it's in our backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, these other states, they cherish it
Yeah.
because it's not available like how it is here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Speaking about the business, how important was it to get the structure right as far as like getting incorporated and
that's
you know what I'm saying, the financial structure?
That's all the way. Because even to that, with our business too, we Runtz, right?
Right.
The original name came from a candy from Wonka, so we don't got hit a few times with some cease and desist to where it was. Yeah, the first one was right on at 2019 where they hit us with a $2 million cease and desist. We changed up the logo, we changed up the whole dynamics of everything, the font, because it was all spelled out. And then we changed it into a cursive. Now it's in a cursive.
That's how we know it's getting big, though.
That's how we knew it was, because Wonka was then. That was just a company.
Yeah.
And then we just hit the 5-year mark this year in 420. That was our first. This was our 5th year being trademarked with Runtz. So they hit us with another lawsuit. Was like, yo,
Because they just dropped
before
the
y'all
Willy
hit this
Wonka
5-year
movie.
mark, joke's up. Y'all got us fucked up. Y'all better drop all this shit y'all got with this run shit, all that. Yeah, all right?
It's because
And
they
wasn't
just
even
dropped
Wonka.
the Willy Wonka movie.
It was the family that owns Wonka. It was the originator. So that's why I knew. I'm like, damn, we scratching the surface
If
for
you
sure.
type in Runtz on Google, what's us gonna pop up? We're gonna pop up before the candy.
Before the candy. So that
That's
right there
crazy.
just shows how much of an impact we had with the world. Because on a search on the Google tip, it's like they looking for the flower more than just searching for the candy.
Right. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. So when did the actual, like, because you mentioned you were the Cookie Boyz and all that, and you needed your own strain, and like D.O. was saying, getting the business together. When did that decision get made? Like, yo, we really got to start our own thing, and what was the real, like, beginning of Runtz, the brand?
I feel like that Emerald Cup set it off for us for real.
Yeah, that was
It's before that, though. Like,
Before
what you
that.
saying? What made niggas even...
Not because, we was on tour with Cardi. Like, that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, talk about that tour.
Yeah, it's even before that.
Nah,
It's,
but I'm
it's
saying-
with you and Ray. Ray putting it in your hands.
So that's what I'm saying. So it was like,
Runtz was already a weed. It just wasn't called Runtz.
Yeah.
The people who was growing it was calling it something else. They already had it. It was a strain already.
and they called
You remember
it
the
1BR.
original name? Was
Yeah,
it?
it was called 1BR because they was only selling it on a 100-block radius up in Oakland, California. The first person, the first artist, the first influencer to have the strain before we called it Runtz was Cool John. Me and Ray was already like sourcing this, and we was like, we all, like you said, we all came from a little bit of dibbling, dabbling with weed. So me and Ray was already running plays back then, so we was already Cookie Boyz, but we was just trying to figure out what was the newest strain coming to hit the market. Ray seen the power in how much me and Ski was even going around the world and having everybody
Pump cookies.
pump cookies. we would go on every stage, like, so that's why it was. We was on Playboy Cardi tour, and every time we come out, we telling everybody, have y'all smoking cookies? Yeah, cookies. All right, when you say cookie, you say boys. Cookie boys, and we just going crazy. And then from that, I understood like a show. So I would tell the DJ to play Chief Keef, to play, different artists just to hype the shit up. Y'all don't know me and Ski. But guarantee y'all love this weed, so we passing out weed in the crowd. So that right there was leaving an impact like, what the fuck? So when Ray started seeing this, they seen the power. So when we came back, me and Ski doing this thing. Now I'm in Hayward though. So me and Ray started getting, closer and closer. And then I stayed a few cities down the street from Ray. Me and Ray became buddies as far as like I'm getting high off syrup at his house. Now I'm sleeping at the crib. Baby mama calling me, tripping off, just everything. So I'm like, he started like seeing it like, yo, all we need is a fucking strain, bro. Right. And I'm just like, man, fucking strain, bro. Just give me the fucking bag, bro. Just get us the best new shit. Give me the lemon cherry. This nigga about to drop London pound cake. We need it before the world needs it. You know what I'm saying? So we already knew the impact we was giving to the trappers. So the top tier people that was coming to spin. So Ray kept playing in our ear like, we need to come up with our own shit, bro. When we come off the second tour, it was raining. I remember this shit like yesterday. It was me, Ray, and Marco driving up the Oakland Hills to go grab a batch of this shit. And when we had it, I was just like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, bruh, but I fell in love with Biscotti, because we was on that. Yeah. What was it like?
Biscotti still I know, but and all that.
Yeah, but like the dense of it, what was it called? As far as they was putting chemicals in it to give it a density, that's what they was.
GPR.
Yeah, GPR. So that then I was like, if we could get the Runtz to be hard, because it was like a sour diesel. It was fluffy, it was soft as fuck, but it was candy. I'm like, bro, if we could get this bitch to be hard,
you need to feel that density in your package, yeah.
Bro, the next load they came with, it was over with. I swear to God, we sitting in the hills, and I'm like, I already knew. They just wanted a strain. I already knew about a fucking brand. While they over here smoking, thinking of the name. Right when that shit hit with Runtz, we caught it. I'm like, I went to Yahoo. Boom, started the email. Started the Instagram. There was no RUNTZ, so it's RUNNTZ. But got that one first and cracked it off.
Wait. So let me ask you this. What other strains...
Hold on, real quick.
Wait, let me get the question on. What other strains had a website, an Instagram, an email? What other strains had that at that time? Just cookies. Okay.
Probably like...
Lemon Tree.
Lemon Tree was around.
Lemon Tree.
There was a few people.
But y'all was real early with that.
Because Lemon Tree, like, that was not like Skittles. Mm-hmm. They was already ahead. They've been out.
Okay.
So shout out to Skittles, Terps, and all them. They've been having it.
Right.
So those, like I said, even to the powers, they've been having brands. But I don't think anybody had the website besides Cookies. Maybe Lemon Tree. I really don't know because I wasn't even on the internet like Googling shit like that.
Okay, so this is real
but
early.
Cookies is for sure because you went to a store. There was no Lemon Tree store.
Yeah.
There was, so you could walk into Cookies like a real official store, buy clothes. So, and they had business cards. So I knew they had to have a fucking website.
Yeah.
Anybody else at that time? I don't think so because they never had a store.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There was no other store. So that right there was the, like, we could just say, going back and just thinking on business level wise, like, nah, Cookies was damn near the mecca of just having a website.
Yeah, I wanted to check on that.
Right? You feel me? Like,
what was you about to say, Ski?
Nah, I just was piggybacking when he was telling the story about the origin and all that. Like, when he was saying, yeah, we went to Oakland to go get it. Like, but I was just talking about the origin when he was saying they was going to Oakland to go get it when the day niggas came up with the name and shit. Like, they was going to Oakland to get it because our boy lived in Oakland. But for the record, the first place Runtz ever was grown was Hunters Point on Underwood.
Shit.
It's a San Francisco strain, man.
Say that one more time. Where was the first place?
Runtz from Hunters Point.
It was grown in Hunters Point.
First place ever.
But it got distributed throughout the town, everywhere else on the East Bay. You dig? I ain't even learned about that till later down the line.
Yeah,
but we didn't even know about Nick. So you feel me? We was dealing with Miles. Shout out to Miles. Shout out to Shaw G. You know what I'm saying? Because these are some real players that was having this shit for real, bro. Before we even created the brand.
Right.
Miles and Shaw G. Shout out to Shaw G from Frisco, man. My boy Miles. Like, they was before we even got to the actual grower, you feel me, which is our business partner, Nick. So if it really break down, man, we all really, bruh, Nick, you owe everybody some fucking percentages, my boy. my boy Miles, Shy G, Cool John, you know what I mean? But that's another story though. But them, you feel me? Like, cause like it's crazy. I'm having flashbacks about that shit, bro.
That weed was so good.
Bro, like, that shit, cause then even to that, right? Like you said,
New profile.
when we got it, me and Ray was the whole, are we doing the runs? Then we heard somebody else had the same exact strain, and it was calling it something else. Like, who? Oh, they in the town. Who? Cool John. Man, we over there. Pulled up, and not even on no, just be like, bruh, John, we need your help, bruh. You feel me? Like, we know you schmop. You HBK, you were RMC, they was the littest shit. Besides Berner and all that, like, you couldn't go anywhere if you wasn't slapping schmop boys and HBK kids. Hell no, bro. So we got at Cool John on some like, bro, we ain't trying to do no other, like, we pushing Runtz. This is it. You feel me? Like, we need your help to push this shit with us type shit. So he's like, bro, if it's you and Ray and y'all doing it Runtz, guess what? We calling it Runtz.
That's another like critical piece too, is the crossover between when you're building this type of cannabis brand, and then you got, I guess now they would call them influencers, right?
Right.
But back then the idea was get with someone popping like a Cool John.
Yeah.
Or even like, you know, like I said, just seeing what Berner was doing, being around Jacka and Wiz and all these other people, influential people, and getting them the strain early.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing too, right? Like, even the people that we naming, like, you can't just be around them.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be around Jack. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't even be around Burn. You wasn't seeing Burn. The only way we were seeing Burn is going to the dispensary or going with Jack. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to say, like, even with the Cool Johns, you know, it was just like the relationship that even to that, they accepted me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm born and raised from Long Beach. There's only a few people that could come from outside of the Bay Area, like Pretty Black, Master P, The Game, you know? He still had a little altercations with a few players from out here, but like that could literally come here and get accepted here though, bro. Because it's like, you wouldn't even know about the Bay Area unless you come to the Bay Area. Because when everybody in the world think of the West Coast or think of Cali, they just think LA. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
so
point.
So for me, it was just like, for me to get accepted here and run and even get, you know, it was like, because I wasn't even doing nothing else but being genuine. You know, even with me, Ski didn't even like me at first. Real shit, Ski don't like nobody. Let me just clear that up with all y'all, you know what I'm saying? Ski don't like none of y'all, bro, so he just smiling in y'all face, bro. Jokes up. So Ski didn't even like me. I ended up coming to the city with John. Shout out to John, even though we be headbutting with his ass, but he a piece of the shit too. Fats, free fats. Because it's like, those are real main players that kept us even like the jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, John brought me to the city for a video shoot with Freeway from fucking Philly and A1, and ended up shooting it at the wood store where Ski was at. I'm over there in the Ski. You know, and at the time, at a certain place and time in San Francisco, it wasn't too many Polynesians, islanders, that can go and be around certain blocks. You know, so for me, it was just like, they looking like, who the fuck is this Samoan dude over here? You know what I'm saying? They didn't know I was Tongan. They just think I'm a oos all the way around the board or mixed with something, you know? Because there was only a certain few that was around. That's just going around the whole city, though. You know, even from going around certain states and all this, it was like, who is this light-skinned dude, bro? So, just me being me, that just built the relationship. And like I said, I had the jail with Ski, relationship with John, jail, Fats, Rozay. Like, everybody here wasn't just even with D.O., like, I ain't seen him in years, but I literally had a relationship with certain people in the city on my own, painting it, going around, just going to different cities, going to Potrero Hill, going to Fillmore, going to Webster to go get the Granddaddy Purple, going to Oakland to go get to Dirt Road to go get the Granddaddy over there. Like, just going to East Palo Alto to go fuck with Seth and them over there. Feel me? Going to San Ho. Like, you really have to paint around the Bay for you to be able to get noticed, because there was no Instagram.
Right.
How you was getting around?
So how quickly after the inception of this, getting the strain, coming up with the name, registering the website, how quickly did it take for Runtz to really pop off?
Then it go back. That's what you was about to say at the
that's all I was about to say.
Emerald Cup.
At the Emerald Cup, it was big. We had our marketing right. Came with the bags that looked hella nice, and we came with
T-shirts.
Had the models. We had like models and stuff with T-shirts on.
That really did.
We didn't even have no booth.
We didn't have no booth.
We set up in the middle of the crowd.
Pulled up with the weed. And family, it was in jars.
Bro.
It was in jars, matter of fact, at the time. Yeah, Runtz jars.
And we all had the white hoodies and the white shirts pulling up everywhere. I drove the Runtz van with all the shit in the truck all the way to fucking Santa Rosa.
So we'll go back to marketing for real. We really just came out marketing and looking right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
like, man, I'm about to get all these girls and come over here with these little booty shorts, and they gonna be just. And we didn't even have a booth, bro.
It was next to Cookie.
We walked throughout the whole shit.
Wait, did y'all? So the Emerald Cup is when they basically award like the best.
Yeah, outdoor and all that.
New, like, rookie of the year.
So that's basically like the networking event you want to be at when you're promoting one of these products.
One of them.
It's one of them. Anybody that's in Northern California.
Emerald Cup really for concentrates and like outdoors and shit like that.
Like for that type of vibe.
People that's really technical into the shit.
But if you ain't growing outdoors, you can't take it in. You know, so you got your.
So y'all weren't being judged in the cup. You was just there to promote.
We was just thugging. I swear. So
and everybody tried the weed, was just seeing the girls, you know, and took a liking to it. And then by the end of it, everybody was talking about Runtz. That's all they was talking about. Everybody was talking about Runtz.
Everybody.
Even Berner was like, "Damn, y'all going crazy in here." Like,
we was right. This is booth. This is the whole Cookie booth. We right here outside with the females, models, all the shit, with all the bags of merch, and just hella weed on it.
They had like tall ass tables like for stools, and they was set up like just for people to chill or something. It had an ashtray on it.
Yeah.
We just moved the chairs and put all our shit on there. Like that was.
Oh, you just took over. Yeah.
We took over. Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay, you also mentioned Playboy Cardi too. I think I heard that he had something to do with kind of spreading it outside of the Bay too, right? Or just being around.
Well, just because like I had a relationship with Cardi, because like when everybody was coming to the Bay Area, they would tap in to get products, whether it was syrup, drugs, women, whatever it was. It was either Ski, me, or Germ.
For sure.
That was always getting these certain phone calls. So from that, we played around. It wasn't even me. I ain't even going front. I was just the nigga that had a few dollars and weed all the time. They was calling Germ or Ski. You know what I mean? And I was Germ's right-hand man that always had the syrup, weed, and money. And I always had a whip. I always was coming around like, you know, so that was the connection as far as even that. You know, so every time they would call Germ is with me. All right, we pulling up. We pull up with a half a pound. All right, we giving everybody weed. We getting everybody. Then people want to buy this shit. All right, they buying it from us. And it just built from that. So Cardi came into town and he was opening up for ASAP Ferg. And they was looking for some syrup. I had a bottle of Axe at the time. And that right there just opened up the door as far as like, oh, these niggas in the game. You feel me? Because me and Ski was on the bus with Cardi. And literally, you know, we like, all right, we got this for sale. He immediately called Quavo, Takeoff. He called I think it was Future too. He called a few people, literally was like, what? And was clowning with it.
I know.
And he was like, who you getting this from? He was like, oh, my boy, Cookie Boyz, LB and Ski in the Bay Area. They were like, oh, what? We coming to the Bay next week. Tell him I need his line. So that trickled. That went to everybody. To Thug, Gunna, Eric, you feel me? Before all those incidents, I'm talking about Eric, Nudie, Pierre Bourne. You know, all these people started taking our number just because of that certain conversation. And that just trickled. And then from there, it was like, that's when me and Ski started getting talking. Ski had a line, always having juice, you know? And my baby mamas worked at Kaiser. So I had a line on juice all the time too. So it was just like, that was damn near too the main product that was gonna get us through every studio.
Yeah.
If you want to get through every studio, listen here, kids. Get you some activists, man. You hear me? Get you some goddamn activists, man. You gonna get through every. You gonna get through that dough, man.
I mean, that's one way to do it, kid. I mean, that's one way. That's one
I'm
way.
not promoting you to do it. I'm not telling y'all to just, but I'm telling y'all, y'all want to cut the line and figure out where the act at, man. We need to know where Mr. Activist at, man, because we gonna get through that dough.
That's crazy though. So that brought it to a nationwide, internationally known brand.
Yeah, because he was on. That was on that when he dropped that Magnolia. That was that album. So that was his first platinum big.
Right.
We was on that tour with him.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
So like we was in a different city every night. And, you know, he was a high-profile artist, so it was people always coming to the shows, be backstage and shit. It might be the athlete of that city or the biggest artist of that city. So we was putting it in one of their hands every night, taking a picture of it. So it was like a snowball. Every other night, you would see a new star with Runtz in their hand with a picture.
Crazy.
And they never tasted this type of shit. They were so used to, everybody was still going through the OG Kush phase.
Right.
You know, and some people, like Dolph, you know, because he had a big platform where he was pushing the gelato. So certain people knew about the gelatos, you know what I'm saying? But cookies and shit like that was automatically top tier.
Gelatos.
So nobody knew about Runtz. So we were, me and Steve on tour with all this shit, we're presenting this shit. You know, we giving this shit away. We don't give away pounds of this shit, bro. Just so we could let people see this shit and taste it. Like, we believe in this shit so much. It's like, bro, there's nothing on earth that's better than this weed.
Right.
If you got something better than this weed, bro, you can have this pound. Ain't nobody, we never lost. You feel me? That opened up the door to everybody.
No, that's a trip, man. That's a lot of from where we started this conversation to there. That's a crazy journey. I want to bring up something else too, just because I feel like maybe it's an opportunity to clear some shit up that's floating around. Because when I was preparing for this interview and I'm, you know, just looking into stuff on YouTube or whatever, a lot of it seems to be around like a conflict with Cookies, or it was a lawsuit or something like that. And so I was just curious because I seen people making reaction videos and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, let me go to the source because I understand from what I understand, it's also like pretty much resolved, right? Like, so I want to get y'all side of the story there.
So as far as you with that, I still got Cookies tatted. You feel me? I still got the cookie chain.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be a time.
You don't spoke highly of Cookies this whole episode.
It's never gonna be a time where I'm gonna be, you know, degrading or trying to shed any type of negativity towards any brand, towards any person or any of that. You know, like we know how close it is, we know how easy it is. Where we come from, one word, one mistake, anything could be taken out of context, and people are just switching and try to throw the heat on it just off one. They don't see the 1,000 great things you did. They see the one fuck up. So even from that, just knowing that, like I said, I'm so much on some pushing us. It's never a time of trying to beef with somebody, especially when we all got the same goal. We all got the common denominator. Who first want to get to the B? Who's gonna be able to create some, you know, generational wealth for our family, for your family, for people's? Who's gonna be able to, you know, so who gonna get in the race and finish it and come back with some game and shed it back to the people? It'd be more on my end, and like it's rare. You know what I'm saying? So when we partnered up with Cookies and all this shit, like we was been Cookie Boyz. We didn't need a contract for us to let people know we was already in business and we family. But as far as business goes, that's where we fuck up coming from, not understanding business. Because there's no loyalty in business. You got to be able to get the business done so the company could be able to live.
Right.
90% of us where we come from, we don't get educated that. So we don't know none of that. So even when we going in the bid, like, man, that's my dog. Well, he ain't never going to play me out. But when the lawyers and all these other people are involved in seeing certain numbers that we don't know and we can't read, we're not understanding, you know? So, like I said, it ain't never been no negativity or anything, but like the business part was great at the beginning of it. I don't know what went left, but my relationship with Cookies and every single person there has always been 1,000, and it ain't never gonna change. You know? The business, it goes as far as even how people even wanted to go.
Yeah.
You know? It could last 1 year, it could last 10 years. But even after a decade, you're gonna have to revamp a brand anyway. So for me, it was just like, I'd rather Cause there's a few times me and Ski too that he'll hit me and that shit stuck out so much. It'll be of us even just starting to like, we've been trying so many after Runtz, Jokes Up, all this H Cream Team. We've been just even. I tried so many different ventures, But Ski always told me from years ago, he's like, bruh, I'd rather keep you as my brother than lose you as a business partner, my boy. So if the business ain't right, let's not even do it. You my dog. So from that, it just planted a seed in my head. Was like damn, you feel me? Like that's some real gems, some real shit. Cause it's like so many people, so many bros want to get in the biz together. Like, oh, I'm in business with my bro, and then when the shit go left, y'all hate the fuck out of each other now.
All right.
Cause you lost money.
Cause y'all lost money.
Yeah.
Cause y'all lost a material thing that should have never been able to separate what we are as people. We bros, we fam. Why? How? Where? Where did it go left at? The greed? We never even had that.
I mean, I think that's part of any business.
Nah, for
You're
sure.
gonna have conflicts. You're gonna have disagreements. It's a numbers-based game, and sometimes the numbers need to add up a certain way, and when they don't, you gotta get sorted out. So
Yeah.
I understand that completely.
So that's all it was with that. So it's it ain't no love law. The business just didn't go full through. We had a great 3 years run, and when there's a lot of people, when there's a lot of chefs in the kitchen, it's a lot of different people that got an input. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the originators, when me and you sat there and we agreed on what it was. And then when these other chefs get in the building, in the kitchen, it's a whole different flavor now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't knock none of it though, because you learn. There ain't no blueprint to this for us. Nobody gave us this infrastructure with me and Ski and everybody here, even on the uprising learning this. Like we really the guinea pigs for y'all.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And not even on the like we really is. We trying it. Like a lot of people wasn't trying it like that. Just like how you said, like the Champellis to Berner and all that. Like we the guinea pigs for the people that really didn't even get to see, because a lot of people know cookies, but a lot of people don't know Berner. So even to that, like the world knows about Runtz. That's crazy, right? Because I was in Africa and they rented up with me fake Runtz.
Man.
They don't know.
They did, bro. That shit was
They had
crazy.
the fronts.
Ski was there. I'm not even capping. Hey, bruh, they in Africa with it though. That was better than having the real thing.
Right. When they seen who he was with us the rest of the night. He escorted us all the way back after the event to the car. He was just a worker. He was like, "Nah, I'm with you. I'm gonna make sure y'all get good, man." Even though we had army people with us and hella shit when we was in Africa, but once he was with us, he never left us.
Yeah, crazy, bruh. Like I even got a whole vlog of it. Like every country I went, I found a cameraman somewhere randomly and had him come create the content. Like come get a day in the life of us.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we about to release a lot of the footage and all that. We were just prepping everything up because we got a lot of new things we about to release. So.
That's dope. I mean, I see y'all still moving mean with the company, and we like the whole theme of this episode is like the evolution of this business and this economy.
Yeah.
So now in 2024, what's just some general ways that y'all are building your brand for anyone else who's interested on the entrepreneur side to know how to build a successful brand in 2024?
Packaging.
Consistency and discipline, for real. That's what
Consistency and discipline, hell yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And you got to go through the ups and downs and stick through it. Through all of it, for real.
But you think in the weed shit is the packaging is
Well,
what's...
it's just because, like you said, consistency is just in any place of business. It don't matter what department you in.
Yeah.
But as far as like, because even to this, like, you got 3 different markers right here, 4 different markers. All of them is different packages. All of them got their own unique top. Everything got this unique package, like coloring on it.
Right.
Some of them is in Japanese, some of them is not.
That's where they need to start at.
Where as far as you,
Every one of them got a different logo on it.
Is creating that part, is being to taking that business aspect on whatever it is you want to do. You can sell water. It doesn't matter. Dirt. You want to sell soil. My advice is like
It got to come in a package.
it gotta get packaged right. You can't just sell anything without it being packaged up.
Is there still space for new brands in the flower part of it? Like, is there still space for a new brand to come out of nowhere?
Hell yeah, it's wild. Because it ain't really been no new since Runtz. It ain't even been a new strain of weed that came out.
A real one.
A real like there's the hella real ones, bro. It's just,
but I'm saying that hit.
There's a lot of them didn't get a successful
somebody still
hit.
gonna come behind and hit.
You know what I'm saying? Like they still making strains to this day. They still crossing genetics. It's just like coming, but a brand, as far as to start a brand, you don't need flower to start the brand.
Yeah, I done seen niggas have a package before weed was even in there.
Yeah,
for sure. But that's what I was saying though. It all starts for the first thing you got to do is get a logo for sure. First, come up with a name, get a logo, register it, all that. Come with a signature colorway. That's just the basic 1, 2, 3 steps that you got to do.
Like an incubator. Like, how did that go when y'all were like stamping people? Because y'all took care of all of that for a lot of brands, right?
Yeah.
The smartest thing I think they did for real was like locking in with somebody in every city down there, like that's major cities and stuff, and everybody having their own brand. Like, there's a lot of people that's big still, like Gumbo, and like Shark Lotto, like they've been, that just started off with us and built their own brand and went to the next level.
And those are brands that y'all set up.
Yeah, but they had all different states.
Those are part of the resume. Those are all part of the resume.
Crazy.
It's just like even with us, like
hundreds of people.
Yeah, because it seemed like at a certain point people was just kind of slapping like a fruit or a candy or something on a regular ass bag, same ass bag, and then putting whatever weed in it. Yeah. And it don't seem like something like this Lunchables box. That's definitely gonna grab your attention more than that other stuff,
Right.
Yeah. So it's just more of it's Rozay's already been through the beginning stages of packaging. It's levels to the packaging overall. And just like you said, as far as like having an elite of anything, you want to be able to wow the consumer.
Yeah.
And we trendsetters at the end of the day too. Like, you know what I'm saying? We like to just create our own waves and stuff and do different stuff. We don't want to be like everybody else. We always try to separate ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? So what's it looking like now? Like you still doing pop-ups, still traveling?
Yeah, we on a tour now. As far as with us, it just be more. We ain't been in these other states like what we named earlier in so long. We're doing a real pop-up as far as giving people the merchandise, the products, the accessories, and doing meet and greets. And to a point of even just meeting with these certain people that want to get this information and start their own brand. A lot of them can't even get, and then they come to Cali and go to the wrong part of Cali and run into the wrong people. So us coming to their city and state giving more of a chance even to being like, oh shit, let me go see what these dudes talking about. And if it's something that interests they liking or anything, then the conversation can continue to something else.
Right.
Other than that, it's more like they got to come see if it's real. It's just like even going to see your favorite artist performing and all this. Like everybody knows the Runtz. But who is what? All right, let's go see if these people are real. So, just traveling, we on tour, just giving the people a full access of what really happens as far as behind closed doors, and just like these certain conversations don't be happening unless like we sit down like this, And certain people when we do in their city and all that, it's to this level now, and it don't get televised, it don't get filmed.
Right.
We sit down and chop up some real game, and these people is literally. They see and believe in the development in their city and state. Some of them be still super illegal. I was like, sheesh. Woo. More power to you. You know what I'm saying? Because their laws ain't changing yet. It's going to, but like, to each his own on how to figuring it out. So it's like I said, you ain't got to, it's cool because it ain't got to be the flower part. Y'all could really be in y'all cities creating a brand, creating a website, a LLC, a logo, and this could just be one of the departments in your brand that you have a cannabis strain.
Right.
You still can create hats. You still could create tobacco. You can still create papers, leaves. There's other ways for you to get revenue out of it without even selling 1 gram of anything cannabis flower.
Absolutely, bro.
So just to start the brand up.
Yeah.
Now, when you want to, if you're in certain legal states where you got cultivators in these states like Detroit, New York, Florida, Denver, where they have their own cultivation is legal, those people there can step it to another level as far as just having a brand. Now you can go look at and talk to the growers and figure out, if this is something that they're growing in that state, that is something that you love and you could taste that's the best of the best or however, all right, bet. Let me stand behind this. Let's figure out a licensing deal for this specific strain, and then let's push this, put my name behind it, get a contract, and then we'll facilitate the royalties on the back end. So
it's big business right there.
And that's when you start going into the legal part of it, you know? But like I said, it's just more you could build brands in all 50 states.
Well, what can the people look forward to now? Like anything coming up that y'all want to promote or talk about? Because I ain't gonna lie, this contact is soaking in right now. I'm about to lose consciousness in a few minutes, man.
Nah, but as far as with that, I'm sitting down right now, just dibbling and dabbling with like the fashion world. I was in Fashion Week in Paris, like I said earlier. But before the incident that happened, I was there before, just walking the runway and just talking to different brands out there, learning about it. Like Champs Paris out there, those are my peoples out there that I fuck with heavy.
Hell yeah.
And just, touching in with the tobacco game, having our own leaves and things like that. It's just a different skew. We went out to DR, we was out there for 10 months to a year. Now we got a farm out there in Nicoya. Shout out to Fats. So that's one of our partners right there in the tobacco. And then my brother Steels brought a deal to the table with Zigzag, so we got something huge working with
That's
Zigzag.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a blessing that even Zigzag reached out to us.
They reached out to y'all.
Yeah, they reached out to us.
That's big.
So we got something cooking. We're gonna let y'all see it. We don't want to give up all the great goods on it just to yet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's one of the things. Just us on tour, awful lot of jokes up tour. Me and Desto Dub, that's my twin out there in LA, killing it on the clothing side. That's a perfect example of even having a brand where he used his platform to even have a different source, and he has a flower too.
Hell
He
yeah.
on the show. So shout out to Desto and the whole A-Lokes fam and everybody out there. Shout out to all the people in the weed industry before us that showed us the way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who y'all is, and we love all the game and the gems y'all dropped on me and Ski and Rozay and everybody, Ray, for us to be able to lead a new pack of waves with just even building brands. You know what I'm saying? So now that we here, we want to be able to carry the torch the right way and not give it to the wrong people, because we got the torch right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Backpack Boys. Who else is out there? High Tolerance. That's my people's going crazy right now. Manny and them. Bully, Parabla. What up, though? You know what I'm saying? Gutter. Who else? Shout out to the whole squad, bro. Like everybody that's been down with us. Narrow, Frosties. Sprite Lee he on his come up, coming back up, right? SB got his clothing line going since birth. Shout out to Jugs. They got the clothing line coming out the East Bay. It's just a lot of us that even started with Runtz and all that, just like they started their own clothing line. You know what I'm saying? It became successful to that extent of even with that. And without us having these certain platforms, shout out to y'all for even having us.
Oh, for
without
sure.
these platforms that we can stand on to like support each other, it ain't really gonna go nowhere. So, it's a long list, man. Shout out to Pressure, all my Tongans, all the Samoans, all the Ooses, everybody, all my Polynesians worldwide. My cousin Tonga Tupac just came home from doing 19. Now he's doing it, getting into comedy, so like all thigh drip, just us pushing it, bro. And just like we don't sparked a lot of entrepreneurs nowadays. We want them to be hustlers before they could become gangsters and all this, bro. It's a gangster having a business plan and having it set to where you can start take care of your kids and all this, your family, take moms out of somewhere, So we just blessed to still even be around and not lose it too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ski, shout out to me, shout out to us, shout out to Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, bro, because like a lot of shit wouldn't even be happening. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kush Factory, shout out to Cookies, man. It's a lot of brands, bro, that I really fuck with on politics, where they got politics involved. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. we all one trying to get to a beat. You know what I'm saying? For real. So shout out to everybody that support us. We here supporting y'all. And yeah, I don't know if I gave the whole world a shout out. Steve, what we on? Don't we know?
I'm working on I just did this collab with this brand called Cuvano. They're a tobacco brand. So I'm helping them pump the quality tobacco leaves. And then I'm part of this, it's like a docu-series that's about to come out based in the city, but I can't really talk too much about it yet though, but it's coming though. It's gonna be clean.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
What you working on, man?
What you got, Rozay? You've been coming up with these new, you know what I mean?
Rozay, hold on.
What about
Rozay having the best year.
You ain't even got the bottle.
Any brand with the packaging this year. He got 3 innovative drops this year that didn't went crazy. Nobody got better packaging this year than Rozay.
Ace of Zay, man. Yeah, we pop. Y'all popping bottles, man. We popping grams around this Jones, man.
Yeah, this is fire. All right, man, a few words. You just let the work speak for itself, huh?
That's what it be. You know, I'm the spokesman for us, so that's just cool, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I represent us at all times.
It's all good, man. I appreciate y'all coming on here. I feel like we touched a lot of ground, got
Shout
some
out to
important
NASA.
information.
My father.
No, go ahead,
Shout
bro.
out to NASA. Shout out to the real one. Shout out to Shark Lotto, Magic City, Certs,
My nigga
the
Money
whole
Maker,
New
man.
York.
Shout
You know
out,
what I mean? You know I'm rocking Dino
Great
Fight.
Jones,
You feel me? Y'all know how we mobbing, man. It's a lot of us, man. Shout out to the Credit Champ. You know what I mean? You know what's going on, man. Yeah. Jokes Up, Ice Cream and this shit. Cream Team. Yeah, we all in here. Shout out to Team Keep It Lit, man.
I like the energy, bro. So, you know, it takes a lot of people, man. It takes a good network, takes good communication,
We all
all that
use
good
each other at the
shit.
same time. Everybody got to use. I mean, we use each other for something.
We
That's
got
how
to
this
come up
world go,
together,
you know what I'm
man.
Hey, if your friends and family can't use you, you're useless.
Man,
on
listen.
now.
There's a difference with using your peoples and utilizing your
Utilizing,
people, man.
I like that a little better.
Utilize your
Yeah,
peoples
yeah,
the right
yeah,
way,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Don't ever use
yeah.
your people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be no user, man.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Utilize it to utilize the platform, utilize the great energy, utilize everybody around you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maximize on your time and execute at all costs. You feel me?
And I'm going to just end it there, man. Dregs One, History of the Bay with the whole Runtz team.
Yeah.
Tacked out.
Jokes up.
Official Business Studios, man. History of the Bay.
We popping bottles.
We out of here, y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.